Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 4. So, this week we're going to be taking a closer look at the connection between the type of degree you get and the career that you have in mind. Then this is really a good week, a very beneficial week in terms of what you've all been talking about and maybe some of the problems that you've been trying to address in some of your writings and discussions. So hopefully week will be really helpful to you. We've got a couple of really interesting things going on, I think. For one, the reading that you have to do for this week is really, I think, is going to be beneficial to you because it addresses some of the things that I see in your writings that have to do with sort of the confusion between the career you're choosing and the amount and type of education you may need. Read that chapter and you'll find out lots of things in general about like the undergraduate curriculum and how that's designed, how it may be different from school to school. And in a lot of your cases, you'll find out too, maybe that the degree you're getting as an undergraduate, you may need to go back to school and actually get higher level degrees like a master's or PhD to be able to do a specific thing with that degree that you want to do. Psychology, for instance, my partner was a psychology major as an undergraduate. In her case, to really do anything above, say, like helping a psychologist do their job or getting an office job with a psychology degree or something like that, to actually be a psychologist of some kind, she would have to go back and get a PhD in psychology or a master's in psychology to be able to do anything with that degree related to counseling or research or something like that, like a psychologist would. And a lot of your degrees are sort of like that. I think that you're choosing that you may ultimately need to think about the length of time you're going to spend in school, as well as other things like that in terms of the career path you're going on. But that's a great chapter. Give that a read. It's not very long, and it should be helpful to you, I think, in explaining sort of the structure of college and what it's about and how it's connected to careers. As far as the assignments go for this week, there are 2 basic assignments that you're going to do. One is the CDP Activity 3, the Career Development Portfolio Activity, and it's pretty straightforward. It's your basic answer these questions reflectively type of assignment. So you're going to go through and answer these questions in a reflective way and really think about why you're choosing the career you're doing. And I know we've talked about at least a little bit in this course already, the influences you've had. You know, if you remember all the way back to the first chapter, if you read that, you know, there are other circumstances, maybe invisible, maybe things you're not thinking of that kind of influence who you are and influence maybe your conception of a career and your reasoning to go into a career. So in this assignment, I really want you to think about all the things that are influencing you other than the surface level things. So why are you interested in this career? What does it mean to you? Answer these questions as reflectively as possible. And the other assignment for this week 4, is the career interview assignment. So what it's asking you to do is actually interview a person who's in a career. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, I've got to talk to somebody. I've got to interview somebody. Try not to be too scared about it. This is the kind of thing I know that I've given you guys a lot of feedback so far, and a lot of the feedback is you need to talk to somebody in that career to really know about the career. You need to shadow somebody. You need to do internships. You need to really get involved and investigate firsthand about a career before you can really make a decision. Because I think a lot of our decisions, and I know in my case I've done this too, I made decisions as an undergraduate about what I wanted to do for my career without really knowing the career. What I had in my mind was maybe an overgeneralization about what it was. So in my case, I wanted to be a history professor as an undergraduate. Didn't turn out like that because once I got in close proximity to people that I knew that were history professors, and hearing them describe their job and what they had to do, and sort of lots of other things that not directly related to the job, but the environment made me change my mind. So if I had, as an undergraduate, been able to interview a history professor or talk to them at length, I may have changed my mind and changed my direction about my undergraduate degree. degree. But also, in my case, my undergraduate degree didn't end up connecting to what I'm doing now. I was able to switch sort of areas and go a different way. So that could happen to you too. But this interview hopefully will help you get connected and really fill in some of the gaps about the realities of a specific career by asking someone who's already doing it. So the assignment says it's due this week, but I know it may take you a little bit more time to sort of, if you haven't contacted someone to interview yet, it may take you some time to do that. What I would suggest is to go ahead and immediately, at the first of the week when you watch this video, start brainstorming people you may know in a field. I know a lot of you know other people in those fields and you can contact them, or you're working in close proximity to those environments. So you can ask someone to let you interview them. But if you don't, you can always get help from me in terms of finding somebody. I can sort of try to track down some people who work in some of the jobs that you guys are aspiring to go into, and maybe I can help you hunt that down. But the assignment's due this week, but I'm thinking maybe I can give you a little bit of leeway depending on your ideas and give you some more time, because I think the assignment is pretty valuable and I want to give you time to be respectful of the person you're going to interview, so you can send them an email and give them some time to respond and work within their schedule and your schedule to set up an interview time. So I would like you to have it done by the end of the week, but I'm completely flexible and know that if you don't, aren't able to get that interview set up, you can always just let me know, and I'll let you turn this assignment in a little bit later. Don't go too crazy with it, and put it off until the end of the semester. But get started on it, and I'll be flexible with the dates and times of when this is due. But that's pretty much it for this week. The last thing, sort of just housekeeping issues. There are a couple problems, I think, with the way the assignments were set to be due. So I went through again and double-checked all the Dropbox times. So now everything is definitely set to be due each week, all the assignments on Sunday at 11:59. So Sunday's the end of the week, and 11:59 is right before midnight. Now, I made it 11:59 rather than midnight because sometimes the dates show up as 12 a.m. For midnight, and sometimes that's a little bit confusing. 12 a.m., 12 p.m., which is midnight. I don't know. 12 a.m. is the correct answer, but sometimes I forget to. But this will make it more clear. So 1 minute before midnight, turn those things in, the assignments. If an assignment's going to be late, let me know ahead of time, and we'll work something out. If you have if you have detail issues, like something's not working, send me the attachment in a detail email of the assignment, and name that assignment something sort of obvious, like assignment name, your last name, so I know. Because if I get 10 different assignments and I download them, I can't keep track of them, what they are. So do that for me, name the assignments appropriately, and email them to me if you have any issues. But that's it for this week. Hopefully I'll be done grading all of your week 3 things by the end of the week this week. So you'll get all the feedback for that. Check for that. Shoot me any questions you have. Thanks. Have a good week.